This film is absolutely wild, but for that I absolutely adore it. It's honestly one of my favorite of the Showa era. So we're going to talk about Godzilla vs. Gigan. But sadly, once again, the villains are aliens. But this time there's a small little catch. They're not humanoid aliens, they are literal cockroach aliens. And I'm not kidding. They are cockroaches from another planet that came to Earth in human suits to take over. Why? You learn that human-like creatures destroyed their home planet, so they want to make Earth their new home so it doesn't happen again. It sounds weird, but it leads to this film feeling like a James Bond movie mixed with Godzilla in a weird way. There's backstabbing, there's sabotage, there's legit spy action. As a huge fan of James Bond and spy thrillers, this film, I really dug it. So the aliens plan to create Godzilla Tower. It's a giant Godzilla tower that has an elevator that you can go up and down and see what Godzilla sees. And it's the center of a children's theme park that is dedicated to peace and uniting the world. Why? To teach the younger generations that peace is the only way to thrive and move forward. Which is kind of hilarious because their whole game plan is to use Gigan and King Ghidorah to wipe out humanity so they can take over. So, like, so much for peace, right? We all know who King Ghidorah is, the three-headed, lightning bolt throwing dragon. But who or what is Gigan? Gigan is what the Godzilla fanbase calls a cyborg space chicken that is part Cyclops. It has one red eye that can shoot laser beams. Pew pew pew! It has singular stabby-like claws for hands and a legit buzzsaw on its stomach. Of course, they wreak havoc on Japan, destroying it to pieces. In comes the film's two heroes, Godzilla and Anguirus. And they're both pretty odd in this film because for the first time ever, they speak to each other. And they have speech bubbles and the audience knows what they're saying. And I believe this might be the only time in the franchise that they do this, which comes off really weird and goofy, but this was also like during their whole like we gotta appeal to kids period, which thank God quickly dies out. And of course they arrived to Japan to deal with Gigan and King Ghidorah. This massive 2v2 is fun, yet kind of heartbreaking because Anguirus comes off a little useless because there's two flying foes and he's a four-legged little dinosaur. Oh, and I forgot to mention, Gigan can fly, so there's that. So he's a flying chicken. But most of all, Godzilla gets the snot beat out of him. I mean, they put the work in on Godzilla. Also, Godzilla bleeds in this film. When he gets hit by Gigan, red blood spurts out of him like a slasher movie. It's, like I said at the start, it's a wild movie. And I won't spoil the ending. Well, I'm not really sure I can spoil the ending of a Godzilla movie since, you know, the big G always comes out on top most of the time. But yeah, this film is pure fun. James Bond-esque human segments with great characters and introduction to a new monster that will come back. And some real kaiju blood and guts. I think it's a good movie, and I think it's a great Godzilla movie. It deserves to be in probably the top 5 of the Showa franchise. And if you made it this far, like always, thank you for watching. I hope to see you again, and have a stellar day.